So here's the very first Arduino High School robotics course, fast tutorial. We're going to do A01-Console, and all we're doing is testing out whether the console works. So here's the INO program, and the link is up there for this main site. Always go to raw to find these things, and basically we're just copying it into the Arduino IDE. I'm going to assume you already have your board set up. This is the one we need, the Arduino MBoard OS board. And I'm running the Nano33 BLE. We have to hit the button a couple of times to make sure you're in bootloader mode. That little orange thing should be breathing. You see how the orange one's kind of pulsating? So we're going to go to check that we're on the right port, COM7. Now this will change. Once it's off bootloader mode, you might go to like COM5 or COM8. So we're going to check that. It does say Arduino Nano33 BLE on COM7. If it's not mentioning the Nano33, you might be on the wrong board. I've pasted this. I've already saved the file, so let's run it. While it's running, let's have a look. It's calling Arduino, which is not really needed. Now, this is a traditional Arduino, kind of hello world with an extra console twist. It's doing the blinking and the console. That's very traditional, LED built in. That's traditional, the 9600 serial begin. The Nano33s, like most of the new ones, can do 15-200, 115-200 speed there. All it's doing is it's looking at a sensor value. You notice we've got nothing set up. It's already done. So let's just quickly, yeah, and it's saying the board's not available because there is no COM7 anymore. It's switched over to COM8. So that's something that would catch a beginner. And we want to look at the serial monitor, and there it goes. AO is one of these pins, and nothing's hooked up. The maximum value is 4,095. And we're getting these random values because nothing's hooked up. The main thing we're doing at the moment is we're actually printing to serial. That's this line right there. That's those two lines together. The first one's just print, the next one's print line. And then we're flashing something. Let's have a look at, there it is. The little LED, built-in LED is flashing. Now, realize that modern boards, typically you need to reverse these for it to be actually sensible. Modern boards have the built-in LED connected to 3.3 volts instead of grounded. And so to actually turn it on, we put a low there and a high there. Let's change some stuff around just because we're here, and this was very fast. That's the typical, so let's test if it works. And let's try LED built-in blue. Now, if I had a variable here, I would have just had to change one. If I had tons of them, I would change, I would use a search and replace. And theoretically, this should be low first, then high. In this program, since the duration was the same, it was hard to tell that things are actually a little bit wrong. So what I'm going to do, oops, forgot to do this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the wait. It was 3 seconds. Let's run it first with that at 5 seconds. And then we will, what will we do? Nothing. Let's just run it. So what have I done? I've changed LED built-in to LED blue. One of the lights on LEDs on the board can be blue, green, or red. And sometimes it's the same light as the flashing one. Notice I didn't have to this time check the port. Ooh, it looks like I might have to. Let's just see what it did, whether it, we'll know if it worked or didn't. I'm going to go to the new port. I'm going to go to serial monitor, and I see nothing new. So what we definitely should have done was chosen the port to begin with. And what I'm going to do whenever things mess up, double press that, check that you are on the Nano33 one, and run it again. Some programs you don't have to reset to run, but you will get used to it. Mainly the bigger, more complex programs, I reboot, put into DFU mode before each run. Often you don't have to, but do check that you're on the right port. Now we're on port 7, but when it's actually running, we're going to switch to port 8. So let's see, it's uploading right now. And there we've got blue flashing. Not sure if you can see it terribly well. But, oh, it did auto switch this time, but sometimes you need to just double check. So now this is pretty much the same. Let's have a look at the flashing. There's the blue. So it's LED blue. And now it's off for the 5 seconds. Previously, I might have to go back to it. It was on, left on because the low was switched. It's just modern boards. It's just a bit of a pain with the LED built in, but that's it. We've done console, we've done blink, we've shown ports and things like that. We've shown the different speeds. Both of them work. Auto, it's saying 9600, but it's working at 115200. Have a good day.